Okay, hello, welcome to this flight from Donegal across to Eglinton, next leg of my Fly UK Irish tour. We'll get ourselves airborne underway, and whilst we're en route, I'll talk you through Environment Force. After landing and after the replays, I'll quickly give you a brief overview of Environment Force's interface and what it can do, and talk more about that. So anyway, let's get this flight underway. Okay, P2 heat, prop heat. We're going to be cruising to 5,000 feet. I think it's 5,000, 5,500, I can't remember. So put it up 5,000 for now. Set the runway heading. Yes, nose up. That. Come in, so we'll take off and turn, make a right turn, PDF, wind, option 2. Set flaps, take off. On. Okay, I think we can contact the ATC and get to hard departure. That looks very bright. I'm just going to bring up the menu and see if I can turn Orbx. Let's make sure I've got the HDR turned off. Ah, yes. Oh, well, I did have it still on. Just blanks out for a while as it resets that. And there we go. It shouldn't be as bright now. Minimize that menu. Minimize that menu. Perfect. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let's just contact the ATC. We're departing to the, let's just say, east. Well, I'm on the runway anyway.
Taxi 2 and hold short of runway 3 via taxiway, runway 3, contact tower on 129.8 when ready. Taxi 2 and hold short runway 3 using taxiway, runway 3, India, Romeo, Lima 12. Donegal Tower, India, Romeo, Lima 12 at runway 3, ready for takeoff. Departure to the east. India, Romeo, Lima 12, cleared for takeoff, runway 3, departure to the east approved. Cleared for takeoff,
Hey,
runway 3.
let's go.
India, Romeo, Lima 12.
Always forget to set the altimeter. The amount of times I forget to do that is ridiculous. Okay, we should be able to rotate momentarily. Okay, up. Let's put the autopilot on. Climb out a little bit. Let's get his flaps up. Lights off. This needs a high rate of climb. Okay. And we can start to make it. Actually, there's high terrain over there, so I want to climb out a bit before I head off towards those mountains. Don't want to get any closer to them than we need to. Okay, let's make a turn now.
India, Romeo, Lima 12, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Okay, tune channel center. There's the airport list. Climbing to 2000 now. So yeah, Environment Force, let's talk more about that. I've finally got it running on my system. One of the problems I had installing it was it kept coming up with a Microsoft frame net or net error. Basically that's because this program uses an SQL, and I had some older SQLs on that once I deleted off, then it works, and it's working okay. So basically what Environment Force is, if you don't already know, it's essentially very similar in a sense, or not completely, but in some respects to something like PTA, you know, the shader package. And the difference is rather than you have to alter the settings and then load up the sim and see what it looks like, is you can actually see how it looks in real time as you adjust the sliders, which I'll be giving you a brief look at the end of this flight, so you can see what I mean in respects to that. You can either manually set it up if you like to have your sim looking a specific way, or you can have it on automatic. And the good news, or not so much good news, but the good thing about having it on automatic is it will change things in real time. So the colours of the water here, if it's sunny you'll get a certain shade, if it's completely overcast and stormy it will change it for a different shade. And a number of other things in relation to the clouds and fog. It changes in real time, which gives a lot more diversity. So yeah, pretty interesting bit of kit. This really isn't, to be honest, in a short flight this probably isn't really the ideal flight to showcase what it can do, because obviously you have the clouds change as well over time. They sort of build up and break down, but let's say a short little flight like this, you're probably not really going to see the full capabilities of it, but I'll at least be able to give you some insight into what I keep wanting to call it active skies, not Environment Force can do. Leveling off now, 5,000 feet, speeding up. So here's what frame rates we're getting, up in the 60s and 70s. So I've been playing around with the settings again. So hopefully decrease the range. Destination is over across the border, so this is leaving the Republic of Ireland now, and we'll be finishing off the remaining legs. I think we've got 2 more legs to do of the Irish tour after this one, and we'll be crossing back into Northern Ireland now. So I wanted to bring you something from Environment Force sooner, but I've been having more problems with OBS. Hopefully it is now working. YouTube's sorted itself out at least. Can't say for sure when I'll be streaming next. I'm pretty busy with things at the moment, so I don't have a lot of free time, unfortunately. Just one other thing, if you enjoyed my real flying I did to Budapest recently, I will, in a couple of weeks' time, or just over a month's time, be going from Stansted once again, but up to Edinburgh with EasyJet. So I'll be bringing you the takeoff and landings for both of those flights. Oh, seems to have gone into some bit of cloud. So we've only got about 27 miles to go, so we better think about how we're going to land. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at destination weather. And we've got 340 at 12 knots. 12 knots, 340 at 12 knots. map. Just have a quick look at the map. So Eglinton, 340. So we want to land on runway 26, I reckon. So we have to circle to land. Runway 26. Okay. If you want to get the there we go. Eglinton Tower. And request full stop landing. I realised. Enter right traffic. Okay, 3 runway 26. Okay, so we want to enter right traffic. So all our turns will be to the right, runway 26. So we want to turn probably a little bit this way to make sure we enter the right pattern. Hopefully we can get a better landing this time in this thing. We'll do our best. Menu. Luckily having that in the way. Beautiful scenery, as always, across Ireland on my Irish tour here. So I've been really enjoying it. Orbx, of course, do a specific Irish region scenery, which I don't have. Probably won't get, because once I've done this tour, that'll be pretty much it. I probably won't be doing any more. You know, I've got other GA tours to do. As much as I have enjoyed flying around Ireland, I just wouldn't get the money's worth out of it. However, of course, if you do like flying around Ireland, then if the other Orbx region sceneries are anything to go by, then it will most certainly be worth picking up. So we're going to keep an eye on where we are now. Course range. So we're runway 26. So the airport should be down and about where my mouse pointer is there, I reckon. So we need just to head a little bit to the north. And we'll probably drop ourselves down to 3,000 feet, I reckon. Put the lights back on. So as I say, I'll land the plane and go through the replays, and then I'll bring up the Environment Force interface and just give you a quick, as I said, insight into what sort of things it can do. So yeah, probably should be just down sort of peninsula area here. So we probably just need to give a, we're sitting down nicely now. Probably want to give ourselves a little bit more of a wider angle to come at it. And dropping down nicely to 3,000 feet. Don't quite have the field in sight, although I'm pretty sure if I zoom in across the way here we should see it. Yeah, there it is. Should be landing on that runway just coming in across there. Bit of a grey day as we come across the top end of Ireland. Elsewhere I'm possibly looking at picking up the Quality Wings 757. It's an entry level program, and you can get that for P3D version 4 for a very bargain price, where I think it's around about £15. So it's not study level, it's only entry level, but I've been wanting to get a 757, and so I'll probably pick that up, and then if I really start to use it a lot, then I may look into getting Flight Factor's offering at some point for X-Plane 11, we shall see. Or maybe I'll just stick with the Quality Wings if it's good enough. I'm curious, can't really go wrong with 15 quid, can you? Oh, let the speed get away from me. I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, we'll just literally follow this bay round. So we get across it. Drop ourselves down to 2,500 now. Ease back off the throttles. So you can see the airfield just off to our right there. Bit more overcast here than it was in Donegal. Speed again. So yeah, we'll start descending as we circle down around. Bay in for a 26 line. Probably circle back round now. So let's drop the altitude down to, say, 1,600.
turn, we're not going to get that visibility, are we? Till we straighten up. Let's bleed off the speed now. Horrible feeling we turn too soon. Okay, it's go flaps one. Kick those off. Let's get down because we're probably way too high. Yeah, sure. Coming down. Okay. And a crosswind. It's not very good, is it? Oh, totally overshot ourselves. Trim up. So we can come back. Trim ourselves up. Way too low. A little bit more power. Keep in mind that wind is going to play havoc with me. It's going on with water. We're really making a mess of this approach. Come on, there we go. There we go. Oops. Not sure what's happening with the water. So off centre line, it's ridiculous. Well, it might be alright. There we can. Kill that power, kill it right off. Real floater. And we're down, but miles from the centre line. It's a pretty poor landing. Yeah, it's not great landing at all. This thing's a pig to taxi. I need to sort that out. The way we took the runway we did in the end. I really need to recalibrate the buttons for the taxiing of this thing. And we'll worry about that another time. Let's have a look at the landing. Floated us. Horrendously floated it off the centre line. So it's probably the hardest plane to land out of all the planes I have, believe it or not. Okay, we'll just park it. I can't be asked to taxi to the gate, so we'll just park it up here. File the P-rep, and I'll have a look at replay, and I'll have a look at environment force. Alright. Yeah, complete, submit. Okay, so first things first. slightly. And that really was a lousy landing. I'm not happy with that at all. So out of practice in this plane. This is why I like flying this, because it just provides such a different challenge from airliners. And a pretty tricky one at that. Yes, yeah. Oh, there we are. Pretty soft landing. We'll look at that from another angle in a minute, but way off the centre line. Let's rewind. Let's get a lock spot view. I love the waterfall there, that's brilliant. Yeah, it's just, even though I was crabbing into the wind, it still pushed me off. Look how much crab I'm having to put on there and still getting blown away. Crazy. Okay, what I'm going to do now is we will just rewind ourselves back into the air. The reason why I want to do that is I'm now going to bring up environment force. So here's environment force. You can see I've got it on automatic mode. So it enables real-time weather data read. 3D cloud morphing means that they'll change size automatically, and same with that. And again, it syncs in the Rex Skyforce textures as well, and of course scene lighting and water control as well. But we can go over to manual mode, and you'll see that we can come down and we can, I don't know if you'll see, not sure you'll see it on hold on. Oh, there you see, look at the water. Okay, it's probably the easiest one to show you. Now, as I move these, you can change the water, and obviously it affects various things. So you can manually change the water to have it look how you like. Very blue, or really grey. Yeah, it's pretty good. And yeah, obviously, as I say, we have the cloud settings. So it's morphing. Enable dense. Is this which requires a restart both environments? Okay, so some one or two you have to restart it with. And then we got manual lighting as well, water and terrain colouring. Yeah, so you can, again, just you don't really notice necessarily the colours so clearly there. You can enable manual lighting as well. There we are. And you can see in the background there, as I change this, really changes the feel of it. That's the red. See, you can, as I say, play about with it to your heart's content. Right, now we're not obviously going to do that. Let's go back to automatic in that moment. And what you've also got, as well as that, is, oops, bring it up, not spotlights. Yeah, there's a little in-sim. Let's move that out of the way. And you can do pretty much the same thing here. If we have a look at the water saturation, you've got plus minus, and then if you hold down left with the mouse button and you can spin it around, you can see the water changing colour again. So you can make large adjustments doing that, and then you can fine tune it with a plus and minus here. And we'll just run through all the things we got. I won't change each of these. You've got obviously manual lighting, fog mode, and then the cloud sizes, cirrus size, cloud fog tune, etc., etc. Cloud style. You can reset all that. Water we just talked through. Terrain index here. I don't know if that's going to actually. Yeah, I think you can see it just about changing. It's not too apparent. Oh yeah, you can. It's got quite washed out now, and now it's going to go much greener as I come around the other way. So you can see it changing, and you can change that back and forth to your heart's content. Same with obviously object sky index, cloud index, fog variables, so on and so on. And that really is basically, as you can see, what Rex Environment Force is all about. So thank you very much for joining me on this flight once again. I'll be back again in the very near future with another flight, probably back into the airliners if I can next time. So I'll see you on board again very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye for now.